When I first started learning web development, it was much more difficult than it needed to be to understand front end versus back end. And the reason for that is because I thought there was just a front end and the back end, when in reality, there's the front end, back end database, and all of these things work together. It's very rare that you will have a back end without a database. So in order to understand front end versus back end, you need to first realize it's front end, back end database. Let me show you. So let's talk about what occurs when you watch a YouTube video. You're looking at the front end, your computer, and this has multiple names. This is the client and also the web browser. Or if you're on the YouTube app, it could be the app. And so this is all the front end. And we want the video to appear in our web browser on the client. So the stuff that we want is actually over here in the database, and the video would actually probably be somewhere else in a storage container designed to store videos. But the database has the video name, the channel name, all the information about it, the views, everything, and it has the address to where the video would be stored. So we're here on our web browser and we type some stuff in and we say, we want to see something. So what happens is it goes from our front end to YouTube's back end. This is their computer, also known as a server or an API. And then this API or server then goes and talks to the database and gets all of the information. The database then gives this information to the back end, and then the back end gives the information to the front end, which is our computer, where we are now watching the video. So the front end is things like JavaScript, React, HTML, CSS. All of these computations occur on our computer, our desktop computer, our cell phone. And when we want information that is in YouTube's database, our computer, which is the client in this case, sends usually a fetch request to YouTube's backend, which is their servers, that says, hey, YouTube, I want you to put this information on my computer. YouTube's computer then says, oh, you want that? Okay, let me go get it. It then goes to its own database, the YouTube database, gets all the information, and then it takes this information and gives it back to us. And then we are able to look at it. So when this happens, there's going to be 3 separate computers involved. Our personal computer, YouTube's server, which is another computer, and then the database, which is like a hard drive, but there's also a computer involved. So these are all 3 separate things. So they always talk about front end, back end. What they should be saying is front end, back end, database. This is the cycle that occurs. So if you look at this, you may be wondering, why is this back end even here? The front end could just go directly to the database and it could go directly back. Well, there are multiple reasons for this. One, it just helps humans logically to have the front end and the back end separate. It also makes things more secure to have the back end separate from the front end. And also it allows you to scale the back end without touching the front end. There's other reasons for it as well. So instead of thinking front end, back end, you need to understand it's front end, back end database. All of these things are going to work together to create all the websites that you use.